So that's the main reason I'm doing it, the calorie goal minus the deficit. So really good volume. And to be honest, when I'm not cutting, I'm still having this meal. It's fucking great. All right, so I thought it'd be interesting / semi-informative to people on me documenting the cut that I'm doing. First of all, why am I doing the cut? I'm in the last 4 weeks of this 75 hard challenge, and part of that challenge is to stick to a diet, which I've been sticking to, and it's been about a 2,500 calorie diet that I've been sticking to. So no particular like carnivore diet, vegan diet, whatever, it's just a calorie count. And I just thought, not gonna lie, doing a cut is a lot of it is for the physique. But to be honest, a large part of why I want to do this one, given that I'm only doing it for 4 weeks, is just a bit of extra discipline. So that's the main reason I'm doing it. Now let's go into the calorie goal for this last 4 weeks. So like I said, the 75 hard calorie diet that I'm sticking to was 2,500. For this last 4 weeks, I want to lose about 2 kilos of ideally just body fat, not muscle. And so I'm going to chat through just quickly how I got my calorie deficit and a few other kind of macronutrient things, and document the math and the science on how to cut, because it's pretty logical and mathematical. You just need to work out a few metrics and you'll be on your way. And if you follow it, you're pretty much guaranteed to hit your goal. Okay, so to calculate your deficit and a few other things, you want to start with a few basics. So you want to start with your objectives, right? That's super integral. You want to start with how much you want to lose and in what time frame. So for instance, for me, I want to lose about 2 kilos and in 4 weeks. So I've got to start an end date, which equals 4 weeks. Then you need your weight, your height, your age, and that's the starting weight. So then we can work out our maintenance calories pre-activity level, which is just this formula. So you can kind of see that I've just done the formula in sheets. So it's 10 times your weight plus 6.25 times your height minus 5 times your age plus 5. Then for current body fat percentage, for accuracy, you want to get like a DEXA scan or a DEXA scan. I have been kind of researching, and a lot of people are saying that you can kind of look at what 10% body fat on a male, say, looks like, and then weigh up what you think you are, and it's pretty accurate. Obviously it's not going to be 100%, but that's what I've done. So I'm saying that I'm about 11% body fat at the moment, and I want to get down to 8. Then we have our activity level. So you've got sedentary, lightly active, moderately active, very active. I put myself as moderately because I'm trying to go to the gym or try to do 2 workouts a day, given that I'm doing 75 hard as well. One of them being cardio based and one of them being strength based. So that adds a multiple of 1.55. And this is your maintenance calories to stay where you're at in terms of weight. And then to get how much we need to be in a deficit, we have to do a few other calculations. So we need to find out our current fat mass, which is just your body fat percentage of your weight. So you can see the calculation here. 11% of 79 is 8 kilos. So 8 kilos of our kind of our weight is fat. Target is 6, which is just 8% of 79. So then we just do 8 minus 6. So we need to lose 2 kilos in the time frame of 4 weeks. So then to work out our actual calories that we need to be in a deficit, we have prior knowledge of 1 kilo of body fat is about 7.7k calories. Then if we just do 2 kilos times what 1 kilo of body weight is, that's 15,000. Then to get our daily intake, we do 15,000 divided by our time frame, which is 4. That would give us our weekly, and then divided by 7, that's our daily intake or deficit, sorry. Then to get our actual intake, we just do our maintenance calories, 27, minus the deficit, and that's around where we need to be. One thing that I've learned, I've cut before, I'm not like a pro at this or anything, but it's definitely best to change your diet and your exercise programs as you're cutting. So maybe some days I'll be 2,100 calories or whatever it may be, because you'll start to lose weight faster at the first 2 weeks, maybe even more. And then as you get deeper into the cut, you tend to lose weight slower because your body's now adapting to this new kind of calorie intake amount. And in terms of macros, I stick to about a 40% carbs, 40% protein, 20% fat. Reason is, especially when you're in a cut, obviously you want to eat foods and have things that will keep you full, that have low calories. So 1 gram of carbs and 1 gram of protein is about 4 calories. versus fats. 1 gram of fat is about 9 calories. So you're just going to get way less volume for calories if you have a lot of fat. So I'm sticking to about this percentage. And quick note on my training plan for the cut, it's going to be following my 75 hard training plan, which is just 2 workouts a day. So I typically do a walk or a run in the morning or night, to be honest, and then a gym workout, hypertrophy training type style, again during the morning or the night, depending on how I'm feeling. So nothing too special. Okay, so this is what we got for meal 1 of breakfast. You got 200 mils of egg whites, and then about 2 eggs, and then half an avocado, and a green mix that we're working on for synced. It's going to be called Complete Greens, and it's going to have about 2 to 3 serves of your daily veggie intake and nutrients intake for veggies in there. But taste nothing like veggies, because I fucking hate greens that don't taste good at all. There's no point, you won't drink it. So yeah, that's the first meal. All right, here's meal number 2. It's 160 grams of Chobani light yogurt, and then 1 serving of the plant protein by Inc. protein, I think. Mix it up and you like form like a protein sludge, but it's more like a mousse or really thick kind of texture. Fucking tastes so good. Pretty low calorie, so a good high protein, low calorie meal for a cut. And to be honest, when I'm not cutting, I'm still happy with this meal. It's fucking great.
Last name ever, first name greatest, like a sprained ankle.
Alright, so here's some staples for the cut in terms of what I'm buying grocery wise. A fair bit of this is like strategic in terms of getting heaps of volume, feeling fuller, but pretty low calorie. So salads are super strategic in that you can have like a massive bowl of salad and a little bit of like fat-free dressing, and you'll feel really, really full, but super low calorie, which is great. Then I have a light Chobani yogurt with typically protein as snacks. Pretty good calorie mix here. It's like 160 grams, so pretty solid bowl's worth for 89 calories. Pretty good. Then you got fat-free, sugar-free, maple syrup as well, if you ever need to add some extra sweetness to things. Then obviously just jasmine rice for dinners and stuff like that. Definitely have a high protein source of meat, so I typically have chicken and chicken breast. Chicken breast isn't here right now, but I typically have like a roast chicken, tuna, or chicken breast, which I cook with like some seasoning. Again, super low calorie, it's like 10 calories per serve. And to get fats in, just avocado, and then yeah, just some other kind of supplements. So you got your plant protein to get hit your protein goals, hydration as well. And then this is really a game changer. It's a new product we've launched under Synced, and it's calming hot chocolate. It tastes so good, and it's super like chocolatey and super dessert-like, but really low calorie. It's like 60 calories per serve, and super good for like after dinner if you've got like a sweet tooth and you want something sweet but no sugar, blah blah blah. That's been a pretty game changer as well. And then something that I don't have here is eggs and egg whites. That will be a staple in my breakfast. I typically have like 200 mils of egg whites and like 1 or 2 eggs. One last thing is having like some carbonated drink. Helps you feel fuller, and yeah, obviously 0 sugar, 0 calorie pretty much. So strategically try to get heaps of volume per meal so you actually feel full, but low calorie per meal too, obviously. Alright, so here is lunch. It's about 200 grams of chicken breast, about 300-ish grams of the salad slaw mix, some fat-free ranch dressing, and half an avocado. So really good volume and not a whole bunch of calories, so it fills you up, but it's not gonna put out all your calorie intake for the day. Alright, so I thought I might just go through a quick little business update of what I do. I recently just quit my full-time job that I was in the workforce for like 5 to 6 kind of years in digital marketing and analytics and in that realm. quit my job to go all in on this brand Synced. It's transitioned into a rebrand from a past brand that I was growing and building while I was working full time. That was called 2X Espresso. And we sold what was called performance coffee, just one SKU in 2 flavors. And I grew that to like $250,000 in revenue, got into a few retail stores, etc. But it took me a few months to really decide on whether I want to rebrand, and I came to the conclusion that obviously I do want to rebrand for a fair few reasons, one of them being to stock more products and build a brand that really represents the vision, the mission, and the values that I entail as a human too. And also to build a lifestyle brand, meaning we're launching with a range that will be a AM all day and PM range, so morning, all day and night range. And each product is specifically designed within each part of the range to help within that part of the day. So in the morning, you want to feel energized, alert, ready for work, ready for whatever you may be doing, and really be on the ball. And you kind of want that throughout the whole day. And our all day range will be based around energy as well, but also like hydration, greens, powders, vitality, and vitamins. Think of it as your maintenance and getting your core, your fundamentals. And the last category is the nighttime range, and that is designed to help you unwind. And in all parts of the range, we'll eventually have both beverage type and food type products, but also just supplements being one compound. So for instance, L-theanine as like one supplement, L-theanine, whereas in the coffee now we have L-theanine as well. So you can kind of get both if you want, or you can get one or the other. But to explain to you as well what I do on a day-to-day basis after quitting my job, because this is a bootstrap business, funding it completely myself, I've saved up a fair bit of money over the years, working like multiple jobs, freelancing, having the other brand that made some profit as well. You still need a lot of money to get into this industry and to produce the MOQs, which stands for minimum order quantity, to even just get into the industry. So I'm still freelancing on the side to pay for bills and groceries, and I might take people through what that looks like as well, because right now it's probably about a 60-40 split between 60% of my day is freelancing, helping other clients in e-commerce and lead generation type formats scale their businesses, and then the other 40% is on the rebrand. Now that varies a lot, it's not straight 60-40 every day, but hopefully as we launch, we haven't launched yet, we're launching in a few weeks hopefully, that'll shift to about 60-40 on the brand versus the freelancing, and I can spend more time on the brand. So yeah, that's just a little bit of insight onto what I do as well. I know a fair few other people might be in a similar situation or may want to take that leap of quitting their job, and I'll say it's bloody scary, especially when you have a pretty good salary, to drop that and to not have any consistent income after you've had that for so long and you get used to a certain lifestyle because of that salary. It's pretty hard, but you always got to think of the opportunity cost, the cost of losing that, consistent salary versus the cost of never following through on your dream is night and day. So yeah, I keep kind of looking at that. It's hard as well. Like, I'm sure everyone has LinkedIn, you get messages saying like, hey, we've got a new job offer if you want to apply, like a certain salary amount, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, oh, should I apply? Like, do you reckon this brand will really work? And you start doubting yourself, but you always got to revert back and stay on track.